All right. I would like to welcome everyone to this webinar. My name is Thiago. I'm a CSM here at Tago.io. Today, we're going to be talking about the Kickstarter application webinar. I'm here with Guilherme. He's one of the software engineers here focused on applications and has participated on the development of the Kickstarter application. And he would like to share us some great insights about each module, how the structure works, where can you expand from the Kickstarter, and understand that from one application like the Kickstarter, we can expand into multiple applications with different use cases using tools like GitHub and importing the application with ease into your account at no cost at all. We provide all the documentation, and we were going to go through and dive in details in a little bit. All right, let's do it. So let's check the scope of what we're going to be working today. So what is the Kickstarter? First of all, the Kickstarter is not just a mere template. It's a fully functional application. So imagine you join Tago today, and you have no devices, no dashboards, no actions or analysis. You get the idea, but you don't want to reinvent the wheel. You want to understand what we already have accomplished. So the Kickstarter is the best way to go. And you understand that because we're not giving you the application as a black box. We're giving you all the code. It's in public share on GitHub. Very easy to install on your account, friendly for developers to do a pull request, reverse engineer the code, apply to other concepts and other applications. And then we're going to show some references, and Guilherme is going to do a live presentation on how to import, do some quick customizations, and where we can go from there. And there's a little surprise on the end, of course. We're going to see what we can accomplish with the Kickstarter. All right. So what is the philosophy of the Kickstarter? Like I said, you can get a complete application from the start, easy to install, easy to update, very scalable, easy to create different connectors, different networks, and dashboards inside the Kickstarter application. We will see that inside the Kickstarter, you can select multiple sensors, and the users below you, the user that you are supplying the application to, is able to add sensors as well on his end, either through a bulk import or through a QR code. We can make it a very seamless experience for the end user, and this is built in on the Kickstarter. Everything is available on GitHub. Users are able to go there, do pull requests, access the code, documentation, very complete and easy to understand. The coding commented, and it's very good for the user to understand and do it and reverse engineer it and apply that to his own solution, to his own use case. All right, so let's move on. So like I mentioned, the Kickstarter might be one fully functional application, but it can be at the same time many different applications. So imagine you get into Tago because you're working on a water meter case, or electrical meter or pulse, or it's industry ground, or any use case that you can imagine. You are able to accomplish easy integration using the Kickstarter because we use all the updated releases and optimize the Kickstarter as best as we can. So it's definitely the most powerful tool that you can use in order to build in your application. Since we have concepts like custom widgets, geofence, blueprints, dashboards, multiple user management, we're gonna dive into some more details like that once we move to the live presentation. But my point is very expandable, very scalable. All right, so let's move further. So what's the first step? First step that we need to have in mind I want the Kickstarter. What do I need? What are my pre-requirements? So first you need to set what network and what sensor you're gonna use. Moving forward, of course, we're gonna work on the integration with the Kickstarter and understand the modules that it already has and which can you apply to your solution. Today, we can see many different use cases on the Kickstarter modules. If we advance one more slide, we will see that we have water leak, panic button, freezer monitoring, tracking, water metering application, and electric meeting. So we have organization management, alert management, plan management, map, image marker support, device management and grouping, PDF generator and schedule, and user management up to 3 levels. So that's all pre-built. You can import your application, the Kickstarter, to your account, and you already have all this ready to go. And this is exactly what Guilherme is gonna do today. He's gonna import the Kickstarter, and he's gonna add a use case to that particular application and lifetime. What's after that then? Let's say you get a nice freezer monitoring application online. What are the next steps? Are you able to white label the Kickstarter? Are you able to deploy it to Google Play or App Store? So the answer is yes. So you got the Kickstarter. Let's say you sign up for the white label. You remove the Tago.io references from your application. You add your logo, your colors, you customize it, made it your own. You're able to then deploy this application to Google Play and App Store at ease. All right. So how do you get and install the Kickstarter? So today we're going to be using the first option, which is importing the application to the account using our import tool. And in this method, we're only gonna need 2 items here, which is the link to the import tool, which is shared inside the Kickstarter page if you access tago.io/Kickstarter, and your account token, which can be generated inside your account settings. To be more precise, under your profile settings. And then it's a matter of pressing the import button. Another method that is great to reinforce, the second option to install the Kickstarter is to go into GitHub, like all developers know, getting all the dashboard templates, building the analysis. You can build analysis externally so you can understand the code, and eventually creating the actions and setting up your run. And Guilherme can dive in more details as we go. All right, so what is good about having this on GitHub? Because then we can have community contributors, and it's public, so you don't need to have an account on GitHub to access. It's there. It's for all Tago.io users to access and understand and install on their account, and there they're gonna find not just the installation tutorial, but how all the modules work, the instructions and README documentation, pretty much a playbook for the Kickstarter, and all the analysis. All right. So now I think with no further ado, I would like to pass the word to Guilherme. He's going to be taking over the presentation as per now. I would like to reinforce, please feel free to present yourselves on the chat and ask any questions on the Q&A. We will take care of it at the end of the session. All right, Guilherme, you got it.
Thank you for the introduction, Thiago. Hello, everyone. I'm Guilherme Costa, and I'll be guiding you through how to achieve amazing goals using the Kickstarter application. I'll also make sure all the features are clear and fully understood, and hope by the end of this webinar, you can achieve great solutions to your use case. Okay, so I will go over these 5 steps. First, we have the access the demo, which I'll go over all the features from the Kickstarter. By the way, you can access on your endpoint as well, kickstarter.run.tago.io. I will show the import tool on how you can import this application to your account as well. I'll show you the GitHub repository the documentation, and also for further support, I will show the community, which we have a lot of discussions there, a lot of topics related to the Kickstarter, and you can also see very helpful contents there as well. So let's access the demo. I will access the Kickstarter portal. It's kickstart.run.tago.io. Okay, so first thing that we see is, I'll remove this is saved by default. We see the sign-in page. We have, for new users, we have the new here sign up option. I will sign up as a new user, put my name here, my last name. I'll pick an email. I'll choose a password. And click sign up. Then I just need to check my email. I'll go to my email inbox. Okay, I received an invitation. You should receive there as well if you sign up to the Kickstarter. And then we have the confirmation link. Just need to confirm. I'll click over here, and then I just need to log in. So I will enter with my password. And there we go. So just to reinforce, this is public. You can access this and dive into the and play around on all the available features here. I'll be showing you all. First thing that we see here, that's the landing page. We have two resources here which can help you to understand also the Kickstarter. One is a nice video prepared by Thiago, explaining a walkthrough, explaining all the features on the Kickstarter. You can check this later. Also, we have a read more button here where we can see a brief explanation of all the Kickstarter or most of the Kickstarter features. Here, for example, explaining the three types of users. There is users that has restricted permissions. Here, I'm logged in as a organization administrator. I'll talk this later. We have plan system as well. If you want to track the service usage and limit the usage of email, SMS, push notification, and data retention also from your user that is under your application. There is how to use this demo and how to import this application to my account, and a few brief explanation of the features. Okay, I will click on sensors here so we can add sensors and see how this works. We have indicators here indicating the amount of sensor that was registered, active and inactive. Since this is a new account, I don't have anything. It's all blank. We can see that there is a sensor list. I will click create new so we can see what we can add here. Create a new sensor. I'll give a name. My first sensor. You can see the network simulator and model freezer simulator. So this will be a freezer which will input data every 3 minutes. So this was prepared to us in order for you, if you don't have any physical, any real hardware in your hand, you can easily create a simulator which will push in mock data. So you can see how the system and how this flows works. Okay, we now have one sensor being registered here. And this sensor is inactive, it didn't send any data yet, so we should hold for 3 minutes at least for this sensor. Let's take a look on this table. We see view sensor and a shortcut for the sensor name, this UI. So this UI is the tooltip says here is just a random because it's a mock device. But this is the device ID, by the way. no group was selected. Network is a simulator, model field simulated, last seen. It's given in hours ago. It is a dash, so no uplinks yet. Battery, and then we have the controls here. Also, we have the search tool for all the tables in Tagoyo. That's very helpful because you can search by the UI or the device name. Also, we have the feature to export to spreadsheets. We can edit information from the sensor and delete the sensor. So all the crude management actions here. If you click to view the sensor, this is the dashboard. So no data available yet. We will hold a few minutes. It will bring in an uplink. We can see that there is the temperature, compressor status, door status widget, and also below we have the sensor history table. So let's hold for a minute. I will also explain you the alert section and the reports and the user system. I will go ahead and create an alert. I'll go back to this dashboard later. So I'll create an alert for sensor. I will select that sensor that I just created. I will select a type of temperature. And if the temperature is greater than 0 Fahrenheit, I would like to receive a mail, a notification, and a SMS. I will select the recipient myself here. If you want to also include external people or other users, you need to create new users here. That's the user system. I will type in a message like, hey, this temperature is too high. And then I will also include the device name. We can use keywords. So this will be dynamically replaced. I will create. Okay, I will go back to, you can see that the alert has been created here. So sensor, the variable, condition, the value, this is converted to Celsius. And then the recipient and then the message. I'll go back to the dashboard, the free simulated dashboard. We received a uplink. We can see that it was a few seconds ago. We have a 8 Fahrenheit temperature. The compressor is off and the door status is closed. And also we have this logged in this table here. We have this logged in this table, and we can also see the date and time. Also for this, we have the search, as I said, and the export, which you can have this on a spreadsheet. Okay, I will show also the reports. For the report, we can create a schedule report, which will send to an email, a PDF report. So I will set to active. I will set the report time to send me every day at midnight for every day. I'll remove just Sundays here. I'll select the receipt for myself. Also, just to reinforce this, if you want to select more users, you will need to create users under the user sidebar button here. I will select the content to by a sensor and also select that sensor. Okay, you can see that we also received an alert, right? Hey, this temperature is too high, and my first sensor, which was the name that I choose to this sensor over here. That alert was related to the alert that I just created here. This one. Okay. I'll create this report. Okay. I see the information from the report that I just created. Also, I have added, delete, and this button over here, which is the send now. I will force a dispatch, and I should receive a PDF report on my email. Let me check it. I'm going to back to my inbox. Okay, Kickstarter application, system report. Also, you can see that there is a sensor alert here. I will check this. Hi user, your device, my first sensor has triggered an alert. Hey, this temperature is too high, and then the name of the device, and then just a footer here, which is saying that you can change this template at run email templates. Okay, I will check the report. Find attached your PDF below. I will click download file. Let's check what this report is. Okay, so there is my name here, sensor report, and my company. This is just a random logo for your company. You can, of course, replace this for your logo, customize this. Date for today. The indicators, one registered sensor, you can see that now the sensor is active because it sent a uplink and then the uplink log on the table below. This can be, of course, customized for you. You can change the report content and to fit on your need. Okay, finally, we have the user system, which I'm going to show you. So I do not have any users under my organization. I can invite user type of organization admin, so have the same user permission than myself, or guest, which is a restricted user type. We can click on info and we can see what this displays. We see that I have a current plan of the full. This is for all the user that has signed up on this Kickstarter portal. Have the service limit for 20 for email, 10 for SMS, and 10 for notification. Since I've dispatched one report and one alert, it's counting 2 against my email usage. I've received a SMS and also a notification, which is this bell icon over here. Okay. So that's for the main features for the Kickstarter.
All right, Guilherme, I have a question. So you showed us how to create a sensor, assign to a group, create an alert and a report, adding a user, but now how complex it is for me to integrate my own device to the Kickstarter? What will be the process for that?
Okay, Thiago, to onboard your own device, you should firstly get the Kickstarter template to your account, and then you can start to customize that. I will show you how to get the Kickstarter to your account. So I will access my admin.tago.io. By the way, I'm in your account. I'll present it using your account.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I will visit tago.io. Under products, features to build, we have Kickstarter. We're going to tago.io/Kickstarter. And then down below, we have Get Kickstarter. So we can click over here and we can follow these procedures. So the application contains the following feature: easy installation. You can quickly install the application using the import tool. So we're gonna get access to that. So first you should go to your profile settings, generate a token in your profile. Make sure to set expire time to never. Okay, I'm going to get my token. So if I visit the profile that I want to import the application, I have token tab, and I can copy a token, or you can generate. Also make sure to set the expiration to never. I'll take this one. I'm gonna go back, access the import tool by clicking here. So this is the 4th step. I'll see this dashboard. We can see that this is the export settings. I can choose either for the full Kickstarter or water mirroring Kickstarter. I will show this later. So let's select the full Kickstarter. and it should be exported. So I want everything, all the features. And here is the account token, which you should paste your account token. So once I click import to my account and I confirm, this will take a few minutes. As you can see here, it's what is advising. If I go back to my profile, I also should receive a importing application notification. So starting the import process, please wait. It can take up to 5 minutes. So we should wait for now. We can see that the device has been started to create the analysis buckets starting to increase analysis. Now we have 10 as well. One thing that's mandatory here for you to do is to create a new user. So I'll create a admin. I just place a random email here, doesn't matter. If you want, of course, to receive email on your inbox, you can put your own email here or an existing email. But for this presentation, I'll just put an email. And one thing that you need to do is to click over here tags, because this is very important. You should for how the system will know that this admin is a real admin. So we have a tag, which is the access. That's the only thing which we need to set to admin. And then we can click create, and this user will be now able to log in as a administrator. They will have the administrator view. We can see, we should wait for a few minutes so we receive the notification that the importation has been finished. There we go. Can close this. One thing that I notice here is that the URL is kind of random, so I'll change this. I'll place Thiago Kickstarter.run.tag.io. This makes more sense. I'll click on save. And then if we go back to users, we can click over here, admin, and then we can log in as admin. Once we logged in as admin, we have the Kickstarter here, but this, as you can see, looks slightly different. This is for a super admin view. This is a super admin kind of user. If you want to learn more about all the permissions, you can check on the documentation. Down below, you also have the diagram, which is showing all the permissions for each kind of user. We have the administrator, organization admin, and also guest. So you can see that the administrator in red has more permission than organization admin, and so for the guest. If we go back, answering Thiago's question, how can we, if it is too complex to add a new device model to this system. So once you have this imported to your account, your profile, I will create just a organization here to demonstrate how we can create a new device type. Because this Kickstarter, the full Kickstarter will come with the freezer simulator. So I will just pick a random position. We need a plan, so I'll go very quick here and create just a basic plan. Basic. By the way, you can remove this, as Chuck mentioned, since Kickstarter was built in a modular system. You can remove the plan system if you think that this is not useful for your use case. I'll just create a basic one here just to present for you guys all the features. I will create here my company, for example, or any client that you may have. I'll select plan to basic, and I will not invite any user for now. I just want to create the entity. Okay, we can visit this org. This administrator has permission to see all the organization. The other one that I've showed you, if you want to access through the Kickstarter, will receive a organization admin. So this will grant access only for the organization that you created. Here we have the administrator, and I can access the my company organization that I created, and of course other companies as well, or other organization. So we have only the simulator here. How can we create another type of device? So that's very straightforward. So if, for example, we have like a tracking application, you can easily go to the admin.tago.io. This does not require any type of coding. Just changing here on the admin.tago.io, the development side. So you click dashboards list. These dashboards are all hidden. So that's why it's listed here. Not if you're familiar to the Tago.io platform, you notice that's not listed here, but listed on this part. I will visit the sensor list dashboard. I will click edit mode, and I will access I want to access this widget so we can change here to include a new type of sensor as well. So I will click over here, edit. I will visit the hidden. So this is hidden. It will only show up once I click on the button. So I will edit this form. I will include a new network and a new tracker. So I will visit devices here, and I will click on add device. So basically we need to choose what network and not what connector we want to use. I'll just pick a random network here, a random real, Laurel on EveryNet, for example, and I'll take the first tracker that I see here on our library list. So we have this one. We can see on the URL that this is the network ID and this is the connector ID. So this is the two information that we need. I will copy both. I'll go back to the form, and on network, I will click on configure options here. Under options, you have configure options. So we'll configure the option from this drop down. I will also add the LoRa one, EveryNet. I will paste, and then I will remove the connector ID with the slash. You can see. Just leave the first connector ID with NF8, just to double check. No, that's not. So I will grab with the N05. And that is, and there we go. There it is. For the type here, which is the device module, I will include the tracker. I don't remember, but I will say tracker model. Let's model A. I will get this connector ID and put over here. So the NF8 and F8. There you go. I'll click confirm and then click on save. Okay, if we go back to the run, we should see this reflected to the portal as well. So if you click create new, we can see that now we have Laurel EveryNet and then tracker model A, and then we can put the real device, which may be on your hand or that you may have purchased. And you can input the device ID. Okay, but there is one more step here in order you to accomplish this, is how can I link a specific dashboard for this? How the script will understand that that dashboard with the map is from that particular device. I will go back to the admin.tago.io. I will visit the dashboard list, and I prepare a dashboard which is also being imported with the Kickstarter. This is a tracker sensor dashboard. If we click over here, you can see that this is the dashboard. This is a blueprint dashboard. And the only thing that we need to do is to place a tag on this dashboard, which is the connector ID, which is the relation to that connector, to that device model. I will take the connector ID back. I'll go back to this tracker model A and grab again the connector ID and paste it over here. I'll click on save. So now the script will understand that this model here, this tracker model, is related to that dashboard. So we can create over here, for example, tracker hashtag 01. I will set as Renat Laura1, also tracker model A. And also I will choose just a random UI. But again, you can, of course, integrate your real device with this. Just place the correct UI here, and then we'll click on create. Okay. Just wait for a second. So the sensor appears on the sensor list. You can see that the indicators are now updated. And then we can click on this shortcut over here. So we should see the GPS tracker. Okay. So under my company, we are visiting tracker hashtag 01. I can switch to other trackers, but I just have this tracker. And then I can see the dashboard. So if your device sends any information, I will emulate this. Since I don't have it, I will click on mapping sample here just to load the basic structure for location. You can see that it is playing the Taguayo headquarters and with the lat and long. If I click over here, send a payload, we should see the dashboard being populated. There we go. I'll change to satellite, and there we go. This is the way for you to accomplish that new integration to new sensors. Basically, 2 steps. One, to adapt the form, to being able to select the ARRINET and the connector, which the tracker's model. And the second step is to replace the tag connector ID on your specific dashboard. Okay. All right. Okay, to wrap up this presentation, I will also prepare a new a application that was built upon the Kickstarter template, and I will show you an example. Let me switch to the other profile. Okay, so it's the water metering Kickstarter. So this we can also import to your profile, but I just would like to reinforce that this was built upon the Kickstarter template. Here we have this water metering system, so it's slightly different. We can see that this is the administrator as well. We can create a condominiums here. You can create buildings under that condominium, apartment, and meterings under the apartments, and so on. So we can see that here we changed the keyword organization for condominium, and also the group, which is a subgroup under the organization, to building. Also, we build another level, which is called apartment. So since this is modular, I can create new levels, and this will not impact directly to the other modules, only the level management, for example. And I will show you the meter overview. This is a new dashboard that I created myself. This is the specific dashboard, the dashboard that shows the uplink, that display information from the hardware. here, since I didn't put data in a while showing zero consumption, we can see that last month I populated with information, and we can see that the monthly consumption history was close to last month that had consumption on that specific month. That's it. All right, Thiago, I think that's all from my end. Do you have any questions from the participants or anything that you would like to add on?
Thanks, Guilherme. Thanks for the wonderful presentation. It was great to understand how to integrate a connector. I think that's very important for someone to join the platform, and it's getting to know Tago and like, okay, I'm getting my hands on the application, but what now, right? So this was a great first step for them. Of course, I would like to reinforce that there's a complete documentation behind the Kickstarter. This is just the beginning. As you can see, the water metering was an application totally extended from the Kickstarter and is a fully functional application for water meter and condominiums, for example. And you can easily transform that into a gas monitoring application or into an air quality monitoring and so on. So
Yes,
that's
that's
great.
right.
I
Sorry
do.
for interrupting. Also, you
Mhm.
can get access to the documentation, the Kickstarter application document, which will explain in a more detail all the features and a lot of good resources as well.
Absolutely. And that can be found also on the GitHub repository, right?
Yes, that's right. So if you access the GitHub repository, you have docs, and then you can access the PDF.
Perfect, perfect. So we're in pretty good shape. I think we do have one question from Alejandro Castro. Thank you for your question. Can the Kickstarter application can access to the Kickstarter application from my mobile phone? Is there an Android app? So the answer, Alejandro, is yes. You can import the application to your account, and then you can sign for a custom mobile app add-on if you want to deploy that using your own brand. If you don't mind using your Tago.io's brand, like Tago Run, you can definitely download Tago Run, like Guilherme is going to show right now, and enter your subdomain there. Because let's say if you have an account on Tago, let's say a starter or scale account, and you don't have the white label, you'll still be able to deploy your application using a subdomain. So it will look similar to what Guilherme is doing now. It'll be like kickstarter.run.tago.io. You can download the Tago Run app, use that same URL to access your account. So definitely possible and scalable for sure. I'll give a couple of minutes if anyone else has any questions. Alejandro, I hope that helps you and answers your question. All right, looks like we are in good shape, Guilherme. I would like to thank everybody that joined. Thanks for joining this webinar. And if you have any questions in regard to the Kickstarter, to any plans or any questions on your account in general, please feel free to contact us on our support and website. We'll be happy to help. And if you need help setting up the Kickstarter or you're looking for information from people that has been experienced the Kickstarter for a while, feel free to join our community. We have Tago.io developers as well as enthusiasts and another company developers that unite forces to develop new features. Also gives us a lot of suggestion and feedback on the application, as is the Kickstarter is an ever-growing application, right? We hope to get more and more features on it, but also thinking about keeping it modular so people can come in and build their applications. So thank you, Guilherme, for your time. I would like to thank everybody as well, and we'll see each other on next webinar. Thanks, everyone.